Hi, true crime fans. We are to our 5th case in this flight. It is the Armstrong manhunt slash Anna Mariah Wilson murder slash Colin Strickland. Is he a narcissist case? Okay, so this is our love triangle case. So we have Menage a Trois. It is a red blend. It's a blend of trouble, which is what this case is all about. So, if you remember, let's just have a sip. Let's have a taste. It's not as woody, and the legs aren't as strong as the other red that we tried earlier. It's a little, I don't know. It's less woody, less bright, I would say, if that's a thing. This is Menage a Trois. Okay, so it's for the case of Mo Wilson, who was a 25-year-old gravel pro, or almost pro, cyclist. She was also an engineer. She was only 25, pretty fabulous person who just could basically do anything she wanted. She was visiting Austin for a ride, and there was a man she was seeing in Austin who she happened to meet up with, and she was staying at a friend's apartment. He picked her up on a motorcycle. They went swimming together. They had pizza together, and then he brought her home. The problem was, this guy was, just living with somebody else for 3 years. Somebody who happened to be his business partner. Somebody who didn't probably know he was seeing somebody else. Although now we have a different story coming out from Mr. Colin Strickland. So, Mo was shot and unalived, 5 gunshots to the head in the bathroom of this apartment. Nobody heard the shots though, which is kind of interesting. Afterwards, there were 2 people who at the same time went past or stopped at her place. So Colin dropped her off at about 8:30, and then Kaitlin Armstrong, his girlfriend, drove by that apartment. And it is unclear from the reporting. Some people say that the car stopped. I don't know if it stopped and moved on, if it stopped and parked, nobody got out. That's not the video. The only video available that I've seen personally is that Kaitlin Armstrong's car, because you don't see her, drove by. So if she was pinging his phone because she knew he was lying about where he was, which he said he texted her afterwards and had this big story about where he really was. Like, oh, my phone died, and I was bringing flowers to a friend, and, oh, what do you want for dinner, babe? Like, okay, dude, whatever. So was she onto him and just, pinging his phone and finding out, like, what are you doing at this random place? So this was not Mo's apartment. This was Mo's friend in Austin's apartment. So Kaitlin, wouldn't have known. I don't even know if she would have known Mo was in town, but she wouldn't have known that it wasn't Mo's apartment, so it wasn't attached to Mo. And even if it was, she somehow got in a door that had a code. Did Mo let her in? And did she really just go in with a gun, ready to do something? How did she know who was there? It was an apartment above a garage. She would have no way of knowing if there were other people. Like, she just went in brazenly with a gun. It seems a little weird. Although now Colin knew who was home or who wasn't, because he had been spending all day with Mo. He knew Mo's plans. He knew Mo was staying there. He dropped Mo off on his motorcycle. He was the last person to see her alive. He was in a relationship which he lied to the police about. Yeah, and I don't know, did he set up his girlfriend? I don't know. He bought the weapon that was the murder weapon, which is interesting. So I am just saying, if you've listened to my past little clips about the Kaitlin Armstrong / Mo Wilson / Colin Strickland case, we don't know in this love triangle who did what. I think law enforcement has a much better idea because they can see telematics probably from the cars. They can see all the text messages, everybody's phones. What we do know was Kaitlin went home. Within a day or two, the police figured out that Mo had been talking to her friends. They knew that she had seen Colin. They went to Colin's house, and at Colin's house, they saw the car, the car they didn't recognize. Oh, that's the car that went past the apartment. Who is that? And then they just happened to, then they got a search warrant for the house, and they found the murder weapon in the home. So again, you have to assume that Kaitlin would somehow be bright enough to figure out that Mo was staying at this place, that she premeditated all this, that she knew nobody was home. I don't know how she would know that, right? But she did. Somehow didn't make any noise, somehow got out of there. I don't know where she hit her car while she was getting out of there, and that's not clear. But then she was stupid enough to go home and just leave the gun there. That's what you would have to believe. Or was she set up, and she was asked to go in and talk to the police about this. I mean, her car went by. It's her boyfriend. Obviously, she wasn't happy he was seeing somebody else. They laid this all out for her, and they said she was completely silent. Now, she's a yoga person, so was she being zen? Or was she listening, going, oh my God, I look good for this, and he has now completely effed me over. I'm his fall guy. So whichever, either she did it or she figured out, oh crap, I'm the fall guy, she leaves. Now, she wasn't under arrest, so she could fly out. She flew from Austin to Houston, Houston to LaGuardia in New York City. And then she seems to have taken a cab to the Newark airport, where then they lost track of her. Now, the newest stuff that's come out, and it's the big chitter chatter all on the interwebs, is that, well, she looks a lot like her sister. So her sister she was 2.5 miles north. She lived at this camp in New York, but that's where she went, and her sister got a new driver's license. Now, I don't know when her sister's birthday is or when you have to get a new driver's license, but it's probably Kaitlin, because they look enough alike, and that's how she's getting around. Which, okay, listen, people. If we know this, the cops know this. That's not a big leap in any sort of like, ooh, who could have figured that out? Everybody. And so they would just look for people under her sister's name. And so this was all because a guy said he saw Kaitlin there before this all happened. Well, I don't know. Did she visit her sister, or did he just see her sister, or did he see? Again, this is based on not very strong evidence. I mean, somebody thought they saw somebody, but we know about what people think they saw, right? So, and oh yes, do we know why the police thought that Kaitlin did it? An anonymous female tip said, oh, not only did Kaitlin know, Kaitlin found out in January, and she said she was going to kill him, which is very much tying this shit up with a bow. I mean, wow, anonymous caller. Thank you. Okay, so Colin Strickland, this is just my opinion, just my speculation, what I hear on the interwebs. This is just the grapevine. Just hearing it through the grapevine, right? A little gossipy here. The chitter chatter is, yeah, Colin is a douchebag. He's got lots of girls in lots of different cities, and Mo wasn't the first girl that he was two-timing Kaitlin with. So Kaitlin decides to kill this one, not all the other ones. Okay, wouldn't know why that would be. Mo, though, did text. We know this is a fact, that Mo texted Colin. Apparently she had met Mo at some biker, there was some, I don't know if it was a charity or some event, and she acted like, yeah, it doesn't seem like you told Kaitlin anything was up with, so are we not? It seems like maybe she has no idea. So what we do know from the evidence, just from what was in the filing by the police, the affidavit, was that Mo didn't think Kaitlin knew or was aware that Colin was still seeing Mo or had seen Mo. So, and it was only an anonymous tip that said, oh yeah, Kaitlin knew all about this, and she said she was going to kill her. So go get that Kaitlin girl. I don't know. I don't think any of us can know unless we see all their phones, know where all the phones and travels were, know all their texting, get into their computers, telematics on their vehicles. We really don't know. The cops do want Kaitlin. I mean, if she was set up, she's scared. But Kaitlin, if you are scared, get a lawyer and come in. Because I think you should be able to make a case. Oh, and Colin. Sweetie honey, shut your mouth. Yeah, Colin said first he had to run away. He immediately fled Austin too because he was afraid Kaitlin was going to come kill him next. Really, Colin? Really? Which is weird because now you're out and about again and telling everybody, not only did you not have a relationship with Mo, no, you were just friends. There's nothing going on there. Also, your relationship with Kaitlin was just business. It was business. Yeah, you were living together, but it was business. You weren't sleeping with either of them. Honey. Ciao. Please. Do you think we are all stupid? There are a bunch of 50-year-old women out here looking at you going, something ain't right. And something is not right about you, Colin. Why are you talking? Why are you saying things that are not true, sir? You were having a relationship with Mo. You went on a date while you were living with somebody else. Dude, pick a lane. Have some balls. Pick a girl and stick with her. Or tell all of them that, don't live with one. Sir, you are an affront to all women. Allegedly, in my opinion, just my speculation. And sir, I think you had the most to gain. You were the person who bought the weapon. You were the person who last saw her alive, as far as we know. Oh, and you had the most motive because you were playing women off each other and they were both seemingly getting angry. Sir, learn what other people have not. Quit giving interviews and quit saying stuff that obviously isn't true. You were living with Kaitlin. You had dated her 3 years. You told the police you didn't even know Mo. Oh, well, maybe you know her, but you didn't know her like that. You never had a relationship. Well, maybe you had a relationship once, but you weren't having a relationship now. Bull crap, sir. Bull crap. And by the way, you're an old man whose writing days are over, and this is going to be the death of your career, as it should be, because I think you're a liar. It's just my opinion. Again, I'm nobody. I don't really know. I'm just listening to the interwebs, Colin. But of all the people in this little triangle, you're the one who seems to be the one who started this mess. And I'm really thinking you had more to do this than not. And like Amber Heard, you can't shut up. Why can't you shut up, Colin? Why do you keep saying crazy stuff? Why do you keep trying to get attention? Are you a narcissist, Colin? Sorry, this is like our 5th case, and so I wonder things, and I say them. Again, Menage a Trois. Red blend. I think reds are more intoxicating. Oh, like at a love affair, especially illicit love affair, Colin. All right, people, that's it for the chitter-chatter on the Kaitlin Armstrong. Kaitlin, if you're out there, some of us believe in you, but girl, get a lawyer and get in. Don't keep running or you look bad. I don't know, maybe you did it. Maybe you could make a case that he deserved it, but not Mo. Come on, man. I don't think you could have done it. I don't think there's any way you could have gotten in there and known that there was nobody else in there. I don't know, unless you're a genius. I mean, you got caught stealing Botox. I doubt you're good enough to know exactly where everybody was, get in, get out, like a ninja. But I don't know. I don't know. And we don't know. But we will find out more soon. So I'll let you know if there's any updates on the Kaitlin Armstrong and Mo Wilson case with Colin Strickland running his mouth all the time. I'm sure he'll tell on himself more. Anyways, that's all of that case. And our last flight will be some catch up, and then we'll have our celebrity case.